Have you ever been sleeping with more than one man?
Everybody's been a hoe.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine. If you are new here, if you're new to the channel, of course, hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on so you never miss the episode. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. So and in this fashion, in this form, y'all know it's gonna be a long one, but it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Because why wouldn't it be, right? But I want to do more of these reaction videos because it's so hard to like do it any other way, because I want to give y'all my raw, authentic reaction to some of this stuff, because it's like there's no way that this is real life, but it is, right? So yesterday, okay, I shared a video of women talking about how Black men are ruining the Black community. They are the reason for all of our problems because they're deadbeats, they're broke, they don't have any degrees. Black women are out earning, Black women are smarter, Black women are doing this, they're all in jail. It's just all of this rhetoric about how terrible Black men are, right? And before I continue, let me just remind y'all of a little snippet of what I'm referring to when I say they can't stand Black men and how they ruin our community.
Well, dang, that's crazy how other races is doing better than Black men. Black women is doing better than Black men. When are the Black men gonna step back and take that leadership? Like, this shit is crazy. And then y'all want to get mad. People are always talking about shit about Black men. It's in the numbers.
Y'all remember her, right? Y'all remember, right? She was very clear about what the Black men is, because Black men are, proper grammar, but I digress. Well, with that saying, with all of that, this woman right here, her name is Idalis. She said it on a podcast called Bless This Conversation. And she talked about her life, a very transparent conversation, very open. And I want to show y'all, I want to get into sharing this commentary for y'all, because we're going to really talk about who's really ruining the Black community. Because I feel like Black women, we are a big problem. We are the source of the problems in today's society, in my opinion. And I want to show y'all and let y'all see and hear how she has no, like, her mouth should be sealed on something like that when she's sitting down talking the way that she did on this show. Okay, let's hear a little bit about her, just so y'all can get a glimpse of, again, who's the culprit in the community. Okay.
How I blew up.
And you said you have 4.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? How old are they?
10, 8, 5, and 4.
How many different fathers?
2.
How did you meet the first one?
We grew up together. So from like kindergarten, and then we had our first kid at 18. That was rough. And then my second one, I met him when I was like 23. And we didn't have my first kid till I was like 25, 26.
You from Dallas?
No.
Where you from?
Like Missouri, Kansas.
What brought you to Dallas?
Well, I used to just play here a lot, and I decided to move here.
And your name is Dallas?
Mm-hmm. Idalis.
Idalis?
Mm-hmm.
Idalis. What you nickname?
Kiki.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Idalis, mom of 4, single mom of 4. She says she's a single mom doing it by herself, no help at all. She's a real single mom. But remember, she was very vocal about how as Black men, they are the problems in the community. Don't forget that, y'all. We want to be very clear of who the problem is in our community. Okay. So a lot of the commentary on this show and just in general, this generation of women, it's all about what he can do for me. Like, just super me, money, transactional. That's really what it is. It's all transactional. And as I always say, the women in today's society, the Black women, since we want to talk about how Black women are ruining the Black community, the reason I said that Black women are the culprit is because we're learning from our mothers, our grandmothers, our aunties. They are the ones who are setting us up for failure. And I want to show y'all exactly what I mean by that. And we're going to hear all of this dialogue as to where she gets everything that she said, where she gets it from. It came straight from home.
This generation.
Majority of them.
Yeah.
Majority single women right now. If it's a want and need that they want and a man disagree with, it's in their mind, I got options.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
I just had this conversation with my mom. She said, and she's 50, 55, 56. She said, I'm looking for a sugar daddy. And if he want to have a conversation with me, he need a cash at me.
What mama got going on?
I said, what man do you have to give you anything? She said, I don't have one. I said, yeah, it's going to stay that way. Because you can't go in it. I feel like a woman can't go in like, you got to give me this, you got to give me that, you got to give me this.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But once you establish, this is how I feel, once you establish where y'all at, then you know, and he'll know what you want, what you need, and what you don't want and what you don't need. Because I could want something that I really don't need.
Okay. Her mama, 55, 56-year-old woman is saying, I need a sugar daddy and you got to cash at me. Selling it, basically. You're selling yourself at 55 years old. You're still selling yourself at this age. And I would love for y'all to go watch this full podcast interview. And, you know, shout out to the host of this show, Bless This Conversation. Watch the whole thing because it's going to all make sense of how it's rooted in how you are raised, your psyche, how you see things, your perspective, your outlook. It comes from what you are exposed to and what you are taught and what was ingrained in you. And again, this is a mother of 4. And I want to get into letting y'all see again who's the real issue in the community, because she touched on her in her original post about how Black men are all they're in prison and they're doing this and they're doing that. Who's raising them? Okay, the stats talk about 2-parent households has better results, where single mother households, Black men are in prison. They have higher rates of that. And you're raising 4 kids by yourself, but want to be talking about what Black men is doing and Black men are so bad. But look at what you're doing. Look at your life and who you're raising. And that's what I want us to really get into, her thought process as a mother.
Now let's cover your kid's dad.
Mm-hmm.
When you meet your kid's dad,
Which one?
How many different fathers?
2.
How many with one? How many with the other?
3 with one, 1 with one.
That's good. The 3 was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
How did you meet him?
I grew up with him.
Back in Missouri.
Back in Kansas.
Back in Kansas.
Y'all,
Like kindergarten. So I really can't tell you how I met him.
How long were y'all together?
Our whole lives, basically.
And why did y'all break up?
And because he started messing with like a married woman.
He started messing with a married woman.
Yeah.
Now you told me that when you moved here, when you came here, you was 18.
No, when I came here, I just came here last year, so I was 28.
You was 28.
Yeah, it was 28.
I'm trying to get to the part when you said that basically somebody was trying to pay you to have a child.
That's who I'm with now. So okay, so we met in like 2020, and he African, so he wanted a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at that point he was looking for a woman to have a kid with him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he approached me. Was like, you got kids, I'm just looking for somebody to have a kid. We ain't got to be together. I just basically need you to like carry my baby.
That's what he said off the top.
Mm-hmm.
How long had you had known him?
Mm-mm.
Where was you at?
I met him online.
He said this online or on the phone?
I think he like asked me to call him, and that was our first
What
conversation.
social media site we on?
I don't need. I think it was
We
like
on a dating
Bumble.
website?
Yeah, I think it was like Bumble.
What you doing on Bumble first?
I was bored.
How many weird conversations you had? Like, 'cause that's a weird conversation.
I don't remember.
That wasn't a red flag to you?
But we want to tell what it like. Oh, he got money to spend. I'm about to play him out of his money.
See what I'm saying?
That's her mama right there. That's the mama in her. Her mom has told her that. Use these men for their money. Keep in mind, this is 2020, y'all. When she said she had this conversation, she don't have kids. She only should have 2 kids at that time, right? Because she has a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old now. It is 2026. Well, I guess this could have been filmed in 2025, but she literally only would have had those 2 kids, or I guess could have been maybe pregnant with the 5-year-old and didn't know or whatever, but definitely didn't have all 4 of her children when she's communicating with this man, right? And I would love for y'all to go listen and watch this whole episode, but basically she's with this man now, who again, she was propositioned to have a baby. She didn't have the baby for him. And yeah.
Like that's do we need to blurt that out for him?
That's exactly how it started. But he know that. He know that's how it started.
So at the point when he say that, how old are you then? When he told you he wanted to pay you to have a kid?
I don't know. I was like 25, 20.
We already got the 4.
I already got 4, yeah.
So again, y'all heard her break down how she was propositioned to, have a child with this man. Again, she did not have the man. I'm going to say, I guess she met the man or started talking to the man with 3 children when they first got on the phone, right? She didn't want another child, but she has 4. So keep in mind, she has 4 kids in total, but she met the African man with 3. So where did that 4th one come from?
Is the money the only factor that where he meeting the
At
criteria?
that point in time, it was.
Okay. And then you meet the African with 3. So this is before your 4th child.
Mm-hmm.
What's that like when you find, because this is communication on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Is the African what brought you to Dallas?
No.
What brought you here again?
I used to just come here all the time.
And you decided to go ahead and move here.
Mm-hmm.
Was you already living?
The crazy part is, y'all, he's trying to catch her in her lies. Like it's like, what brought you here again? How old was you again? What you say again? I used to just play here, is what she said. She used to just play in these streets of Dallas back in the day. Kiki. Yeah, this is Kiki. Kiki used to play in the streets of Dallas back in the day. Okay, that's what Kiki used to do. Kiki met an African man in 2020, talked on the phone with him, but didn't move to Dallas, Texas until 2025 because she just wanted to move there, shall I say.
In Dallas when you met him on
No. I was living in Missouri.
When you met the African online.
Uh-huh.
And he was in Dallas.
Uh-huh.
Was he in a relationship then?
Not that I know of.
At what point did he disclose he was?
March of this year.
Huh? So when you met him, how long had y'all been kicking before he said, I got a woman?
No, he didn't say that.
Okay. What'd he say?
He didn't say that. She said it.
She called.
Yeah, she found me. She was already texting my phone. She was already making herself known. I just didn't know who she was. I didn't know who she belonged to.
So let's just make that very clear, right? Again, we're focusing on how dangerous and terrible and horrible Black men are in the community. She said this right here lets me know that you are obviously messing with a bunch of different men. If you are saying she had been texting me, I just didn't know who she belonged to, insinuating that there's multiple men on your roster, okay? Or let's say that. Or you could be playing dumb because you knew exactly who it was. Most women, when they reach out to a woman about their man, is going to say, do you know such and such? Are you messing with such and such? They're going to let you know the person's name. Or you're going to at some point say, who's your man? If I want to find out who you belong to, if I really care. But again, these women don't care about each other. They don't care about themselves. And again, they don't care about their kids. They just don't.
At first, I didn't know who she was.
What's the conversation with her? Could at some point everybody agreed?
Everybody didn't agree. Everybody still don't agree.
She don't agree.
Absolutely.
She's the only one who don't agree.
She's the only person.
You're the other woman.
Yeah.
She's kind of the other woman because I was here before she was.
He got a kid with her.
Yeah, multiple.
Mm-mm-mm.
So he was with her first. Then he got with you. Then he got back with her.
He was. I was first, and then I wouldn't have the kid. So he got with this chick. She ended up having a kid, and then me and him kind of got like, well, we've been hanging out. Let's go ahead and see where we could take it on like a real relationship level. And then but she like she knows.
Had you slept with him before? Because you said you had him first. Are we saying that based on conversation or relationship?
She slept with him first.
So she had him 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just had conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Had you ever met him in person before her?
Mm-mm.
So you the other woman.
I guess if you want to say that.
You the
I mean, you see how much he had to break that down to get to the point that you are the other woman. But somehow, once again, Black women are just getting all these degrees more than Black men. Black women are entrepreneurs. They're just out here shining. And this man had to break it down so like to the T for you to get that you are the other woman. And right now you are the side chick. That's what you are. Because he ain't in a relationship with both of y'all because she ain't cool with it. I'm not cool with it. So he's cheating on her with you. And you're cool with him messing with her because you don't, but she's not cool with you. This is our relationship. You came and ruined what we had going on. You again, it's still the crazy part is she says she just found out that he told her, or the woman confirmed it this March. She's talking about her post was about Black men being the problem, ruining the Black community, and look at how you move out here. And I want to go on to focus on the rest of this video about as a woman and as a mother and how much these women are ruining the community. We're the problem. Black women are the problem.
Because everybody's not meant to be married.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one of I'm one of those people who are not meant to be married. I'm meant to have a good friendship.
Now look here, man. Man. So
Got you speechless over there.
I commend you on your transparency. Seriously, I really do. I think it's freeing. I think that is a goal that I think most human beings should have in life is to be free. I'm just really trying to figure out the passing down of things I feel you lived and seen. Has that shaped your reality into what you have embraced as a norm versus actually committing yourself to change?
What am I changing though? Who says that how I think ain't right? Society has told us that how we're supposed to be in a relationship, right?
Go ahead. So
if society says you're supposed to be married, you're supposed to go to college, supposed to do this, supposed to have this family with this white picket fence, and your husband he's never going to cheat on you, but then when that don't happen, then what? Think about.
So remember, y'all, society. What if society didn't tell her? What if society was wrong about how we're supposed to live? This is all pushed from society. You ain't. Who said you got to have a marriage? Who said you got to have this? But what was that same energy about Black men? Okay, where was all the energy about Black men? Because you were saying all of what Black men need to change because they're ruining the community. But now it's all about how you think is fine. What if this is all just society pushing this stuff on us? What if none of this stuff is? What if nobody's wrong? What if we're all right about what we're doing in life? See how hypocritical they are when it comes to them? Somehow, she said, what I got to change?
I mean, like, look how many social media as well. I think social media has giving people the space to tell their truth about what goes on in their relationship. Because we didn't have social media when grandma and grandpa them was out here dealing with their stuff, you know. So we thought it was perfect.
Hmm.
Little did we know it was not perfect. So now that we got social media and people can say my husband cheated on me, he's been cheating on me, he's been beating my butt, but every time you see me out here smiling. You see us, we look like relationship goals, right? Well, we're not.
Hmm.
So was it all fake? And society told us we were supposed to live this way whole time. It's never been perfect.
We all supposed to just been sleeping with each other.
Not sleeping with it. You ain't gotta be. You could have just your one person. Just because I'm kicking it with this one and this one don't mean that I'm sleeping with them. I could be only sleeping with just this one person.
Have you ever been sleeping with more than one man?
Everybody's been a hoe.
Okay.
Everybody's been a hoe. But yet, let me keep reminding y'all, Black men are the problem in ruining the community. But everybody's been a hoe before. According to this Black mother, this Black single mother. So again, a lot of this is just sad because very much so her mother has programmed a lot of this stuff in her head based on how she was raised. And wherever that fourth child came from, there's 4 kids. Okay. And she talks about her parenting, and these women never, ever, ever want to stand on and admit who they really are. And when it comes to their children, but I want to let y'all just hear this.
But I do tell them don't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
I do tell them that.
Why?
Because I don't know exactly where they want to be at in life. So I'm like, well, I mean, they tell me like, I want to grow up, but that's going to change. But kids take a lot of responsibility. And it takes a lot of responsibility on a man that I want them to be successful before they start having kids. I don't want you to have kids young and struggle, because that's going to put you in places that you're going to be doing anything to take care of your family. Rather, if you just wait, get yourself established on what you want to do, and then decide that you want to have kids. So I always tell them, don't have kids until you are successful. Tell them that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. You see how hard it is for me raising y'all by myself.
You're not by yourself.
I mean, anyway. So, but I instill that in them. Don't be out here having kids.
If they brought you to their house, to your house,
Mm-hmm.
what you saying?
I will have a.
Here we go, y'all. This is always the $1 million question for a lot of these women when it comes to their children, to see what it really is when it comes to bringing a you home.
Conversation with myself.
With
I gotta see what her head is.
I'm saying, if she you though.
If she's me,
Yeah, this version of you today,
uh-huh.
your perspectives, dating your son. What do you say to your son?
What is my son? Is my son being faithful to her? Or is my son?
It's your situation. Just like your mama said, I'm watching my child. If you were watching your
But I gotta know my son. I gotta know exactly what situation is he bringing her in.
Your situation. Let's just yours. It's almost equivalent to what you
So
have.
a man is coming into my life right now.
Girl,
If your son brought a woman to the house that was basically his mama,
mm-hmm.
he got the other woman.
Mm-hmm.
He
already got a girl.
Yeah, with a child.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about that?
I'm gonna ask him, did he tell her that he got another girl?
And I'm saying, if he said he did.
Well, if she decides to say, that's up on her. If I tell you so he didn't told you that he go with Ashley and they got a baby. Yeah, he didn't tell me. Okay, so you know what you're getting yourself into, right? Yeah, I understand. That ain't got nothing to do with me at that point. If you choose, do you want to get married? Yeah, I want to get married. But he go with Ashley. So do you want to get married to her? Mama, I don't know if I want to marry her. Go ahead and tell her that you don't want to marry her. So then
So this is obviously, in this conversation, this is showing how much, but the clear example that she's not raising men to be husbands, right? And I think this goes back to, as I said, her original video that I shared, complaining about how Black women are ruining the community. You are potentially adding to the men that you complain about based on how you're talking about how your sons, if she like, oh well, if he told her the truth, it don't matter. Oh well. So how do you say all these issues about Black men, but don't do your best as much as you can as a Black mother to try to change that dynamic? I think it's just it's the reality that you're not raising husbands. You're raising the same men that you complain about. And that's why you don't like, oh, well, I don't got nothing to do with me. And from that point, it ain't none of my business. No, you raised this man. This is who you raised. But women will always take the own, like, this is where it will turn into, well, when your son don't make it or your daughter doesn't make it, most of the times as parents, the parent who is the present parent and the child did not make it, they will then blame it on the parent who wasn't there. Right? So if the child becomes a bum, a deadbeat, whatever, in jail, the excuse is, oh, he didn't have no daddy. His daddy wasn't in his life. But you raised him. So he didn't get nothing out of life. This shows why we are the problem when it comes to parenting.
Already know. Now, if after they have their whole conversation of they putting everything out on the table, they're very aware. If she chooses to stay, that's up on her.
Who is Jehovah to you?
Jehovah is God.
So now, y'all, he's going to just really get into, and I'm not going to go too far into this, but he's going to get into just basically questioning her character, her higher being, her conscience. I think this is where it goes to, like, I'm trying to get a sense of your conscience. What do you believe in? Who is God to you? Because I'm sitting here listening to this mother of four. I went through your social media. I've seen what you said. I've seen what you do. And I'm trying to figure out, when you give that type of advice about, oh, well, if that's what he does, that's what she does, she's cool with it, ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm trying to see what do you believe?
Who is he to you, though?
What you mean, who is he?
Is he a God of integrity?
He is who he is.
You avoiding the question.
No, I'm not. He's who he is.
We getting who he is based off the word, though, right?
Right.
So his character is.
But we don't live in a perfect world. We live in Satan's world, right? This is all Satan's world. So if this young lady wants to come in this situation, and I will tell her to pray one little prayer. Jehovah, reveal everything to me that I may see and may not see, but reveal it all to me. All the truth gonna come out. Now it's up to you on how you move with the information that he gave you.
I disagree with that.
Why?
I don't think he exposed things to people that are not his children, first. Second, I don't think
That's not true.
I don't think this what's up. I don't think he can expose something to somebody who do not know who he is. How do you know whose voice it is? That's why I asked, is he a God of integrity? Does he have character? Does he have a pattern? Does he have something that aligns with this? Or are we just saying because you just said we in the enemy world. Mm-hmm. You said this ain't his world.
It ain't.
So we know the enemy has the ability to talk.
That's true.
So how are we discerning which is which if we saying we ain't identifying what things line up with Jehovah and what things line up with the enemy?
That goes back to what you said. Do you got a relationship with him?
That's what.
So the point of what he's basically trying to get her to figure out is the guy that you believe in, the guy that you serve, are you serving him or are you falling, victim to the enemy based on your actions, based on how you move, based on how you live, based on your responses, based on how your kids are, what you're doing with your kids. And the unfortunate reality is this woman does not understand any of that. She just doesn't.
I'm asking. That's why. I'm guessing you read.
Yes, and I don't think that because
I'm saying now I'm going on who Jehovah is.
Mm-hmm.
Does it align with
my character? I think so.
The things that you read, I'm guessing you read.
Yes, and I don't think that because most of the things that we didn't talk about who I am as a person. We talked about a relationship.
Let's go.
Within a relationship. So you say, well, you don't think you're doing wrong by you messing with this man who also has this woman. You don't think that's wrong.
Mhm.
I don't think that's wrong because I had a conversation with this woman and I asked her, what are you like? What do you want? She said, I want this, this, and this. I said, okay. Have he told you that he didn't want to do this, this, and this? She said, yes. I said, okay. Well, since he told you that he didn't want to do this, this, and this, why do you stay with a man who don't want to? She said, well, what did she say? She said something to the fact of, well, life ain't perfect. That ain't got nothing to do with me. If you that's outside.
So, y'all, this is a clear example of what I'm talking about, that they put their foot in their mouths. She said the woman is not okay with being the two relationships. Whatever she's saying about this woman, I don't believe nothing that she's saying. I believe that she is the side chick. She is the other woman. She's okay with being the other woman, and the other woman is not okay with it. You cannot tell me that being the other woman aligns with who good integrity, good character, a good mother. Because that's why you as a woman will not care about how about if your son brought you home, because you are condoning what you do because it's you. Now, if it wasn't you living his life, you would be pissed at him. You would be like, no, son, don't do that. Why would you bring a woman home with 4 kids? And you got 2 by somebody, like, no. But they never keep it real. They would never keep it real with their own sons. Your son, you would let your son bring a baby mama of 4 home, and you will be okay with it as long as he's honest. You're okay with it, just so you don't have to swallow that pill of, damn, that's me. He done brought me home. I can't stand that. What is wrong with my son? Why would he date her? Now I gotta look at myself. He dating you. He watched you. He learned from you. But this woman don't even understand or get it at all. She don't get anything about it. She's very stuck in, I think I'm good character. She said you didn't talk about nothing about me. You talked about me in a relationship. You as a person, your character is how you move in all aspects of your life. But because we have this whole multi-dimensional nonsense, a woman can be this, can be that, can be this. You cannot be a liar and a thief on Saturday and then be a noble, honest person on Monday. It don't work like that. You are who you are. And the crazy part about all of this just circles back to the fact that you can't sit up there and talk about how black men are ruining the black community, and you live like this. You didn't travel across the world to be with a man that you met online or met on the phone on a dating app. Never met him before. You the side chick. You moved to Dallas probably thinking that he was going to be with you. Who knows? It didn't work out that way, and then you the side chick. And then you okay with your sons doing what you're doing, because as long as they honest, that's all that matters. These women are the problem, and they will never get it. They will never get it, because as long as they keep trying to ride on the degrees and entrepreneurship wave, like and their children suffer. They suffer big time. So before you go running your mouth talking about what black men don't do or what black men are so terrible, look at your own life. Look at your mama. Look at your mama. Look at who ruined you. Your mama. But these are just my thoughts, y'all. Go watch the full episode of this conversation. Again, this is shout out to the host of the show, the Bless This Conversation podcast. I thank y'all for watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this conversation. Of course, like the video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next episode soon. Bye.